Hi, welcome to our show.
Well, hi, everybody!
Coming to you somewhat live and semi-weekly from the Quad M World Headquarters located in Helena's scenic North Valley. This is the Quad M Show. We are your hosts. I am TJ.
Jason.
Oh, good sir. How was your past week since our last venture?
Work was busy as fuck. It is busy as fuck. Fuckers.
You'd think as the summer months were progressing, people wouldn't want to eat the heavy stuff, like the pizza and the lasagna and the.
Nope, fatty's got a fat.
He's got a fat. Well, I mean, it was a pretty shitty Sunday, so I don't figure you did much of the airsoft.
No, we didn't airsoft Sunday. Saturday went out and did some shooting, and once again proved the superiority of my AR-15 over the AK-47. And Sunday, Buddy and I it was pretty shitty Sunday, rainy and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Buddy and I got together and we built ourselves a couple take-down bows. Like a bow and arrow bow.
Right.
Takes down into two pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you!
There you go. Pretty simple right there.
Yeah.
Oh, so let's go ahead here and talk not so much about my week, because, my week was, pretty tame. I spent the better part of Friday and Saturday, getting some art prints done, because, the intent that I had was that I was going to, use these at, sell them at the conventions, kind of buffer up stuff.
Sure.
So I put up an art print on Sunday.
Yeah, the Metal Gear one you're working on.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's all completed and all nice, and there and ready, and just show it to the approval of the mass amount of fans that are out there, right? And amongst the homepage, and this is of course on the Book of Face, where you never experience any level of hate or venom online. So I go ahead and I put the picture out there for the world to see, and my friends on my Facebook page getting all the likes and the hearts and the excited emojis and all that shit. And then there's these various comic book artist, comic book writer groups that you and I are both, members within.
Indeed, yeah.
And the majority of them all gave the likes and the thumbs up and, thoroughly enjoyed them. However, there was one internet troll.
Oh. See, your troll, you're talking about him now, so he won.
Nope.
You're giving him the attention he wants.
No. And you know why? Because I will not name a name. That's advertising. He's like, he's going to say. No, I'm not going to say it. But so this internet troll decides that he's going to pipe up. Now, I guess I shouldn't say troll right out of the gate.
No, troll works right out of the gate. Right out of the gate. He was a troll in the stable.
He was bucking and a snorting.
Somebody post something. I got a troll.
Nobody's ever lasted 8 seconds on that troll. Cowboy up. Fucking. So he goes out, or he gets on his little internet soapbox that they like to do so much, they like to do so bad, and proceeds to say that
Yes, Mr. Damon, I checked out your work, both this and the other stuff that you have posted out there. And I've noticed, mister, that you, sir, are a fake and a fraud, and you trace all of your work.
You're a phony! Hey, this guy's a great big phony!
This is not legitimate. This is disrespectful to the art form, and you, sir, are a fake and a fraud.
You're a phony! Hey, this guy's a great big phony!
Now, people are entitled to their opinions. I am entitled to my rebuttal. This is where you could probably say he won by the fact that I even posted a rebuttal. But here's what I say to this. Now, you and I grew up in a pre-internet age.
Yes.
Back in our day, if some motherfucker called you out on some level of bullshit, saying that you're a fake, you're a phony, you're a fraud, at whatever it is that you do, you got two choices. Either A, cower in the corner, all huddled and shivering because they busted you, or B, you answer the bell and you step up and you stand up for yourself. So my immediate knee-jerk reaction, I stand up for myself. And I it was one of those rare instances where I rebutted without using a single cuss word.
Indeed.
I did not type a single cuss word when I informed this fucker that number one, in no way, shape, or form did I trace, lift. I think that was one of the words he used was lift, or in any way, shape, or form fraudulently or unethically created the pieces of art that I have in regards to these art prints. They are far much more photorealistic. Using the term photorealistic is a bit of a stretch. They're still art and cartoony, comic booky, but they have a quasi-photorealistic look to them. And that's simply because I'm using, number one, photo reference, and number two, taking a lot of fucking time to do these. Let's put it this way. If I was tracing these motherfuckers, it wouldn't take me a month and a half to do this shit. I'd be busting out this shit left and right. Oh, yeah, here you go. Here's another one. Oh, hot off the press. Here you go. No. That's why you only got 8 of these fucking things out in a year's time. So anyways, I says, in no way, shape, or form have I traced or fraudulently committed any of these things. I'm not going to sit here and be so bold as to say that that this is just free right off of my head. No, you can fucking go and Google, and you can find every piece of photo reference that I have used. I am not going to sit there and bullshit you on that. They're right there. Go take a look, enjoy. But the fact of the matter remains that I have not done these things that you accuse me of, and add that to the fact that in the history of art and quite frankly professional artists, there have been countless, I would say upwards of thousands of professional artists that have traced. And among those names, you count Norman Rockwell, Drew Struzan, Neil Adams. I won't. I can't remember whether it was Greg Horn or Greg Land that got busted for
Land. Land. He was Land. I remember
that one was a wee bit unethical with that boy.
Yeah, that guy was that was a hack, is what that was.
Yeah.
He was. Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you are blatantly ripping off other artists' created work, like they the video online with YouTube where they had like Travis, I think it was Travis Charest, a picture of Spider-Man he did, and fucking Greg Land literally copied and pilfered that image that Travis Charest had done, and that to me, I just thought complete and total utter bullshit. The guy lost total credibility with me on that one.
Indeed.
But here again, he has traced, fucking across the board. I mean, you look at it's funny if you look. There's some of his early shit that I could show you where you could see that, his comic book art no better than mine, within the past couple of years. But once he started, light boxing and quote unquote air quotes using photo reference, you can see, oh my god, he went leaps and bounds. No, it's because he's fucking tracing, and he traces out of fucking pictures from fucking Playboy, Sports Illustrated, whatever. Again, that's fine. Whatever. I'm not going to fucking judge on that. The only thing I judge is, pilfering from other artists. But anyways, back to the fucking point of this. So I says, there are tons of professional artists trace. And I believe the phrase I used also was, do you know what a light box is? Do you own one? Have you ever used one? Well, guess what, motherfucker? You've traced. So fuck you. Although I didn't say fuck. And in closing, I said, I stand behind my work 100%. Yeah. Good day to you, sir. So at that point, I closed it out, and I literally, as a matter of fact, I actually sat there and went. Afterwards, I literally did that, signifying to myself, and spiritual or whatever. I washed my hands of the entire thing. I have rebutted, and that's all I need. That needs to be said. So a couple hours later, and because I go on to the Facebook every maybe once every couple hours when I'm at work, do my little 10-second thing, see if there's any notifications, any news, blah blah blah, and then back to work. So here I see in the notifications that the troll has responded, but there was a second person who replied on that.
Yeah, that was me
on that comment as well. Now, before we get to your response here, I want to say, I opened it up because honestly, I wanted to see what you had to say. And I open it up, and good God in heaven, this is where the fucking troll shit starts up. This long ass fucking 4-paragraph,
holy bejesus,
just horseshit. Which here again, this is where probably like in real life he's probably just the timid little woodland creature that wouldn't fucking come up to you at all, but behind that fucking keyboard,
whoever yells the loudest will win this fight.
What the fuck ever, hide behind your little fucking keyboard in your mom's basement. Fuck you, you little jerk off. I don't give a shit. But he had this fucking 4-paragraph tirade, and honestly, I didn't even read it. I scrolled down, I skimmed past it, kind of seeing some highlights, and there was a couple things on there that I found amusing. There was the...
You're comparing yourself to Norman Rockwell? That's a joke.
No, motherfucker, I didn't compare myself to Norman Rockwell. I just said Norman Rockwell's fucking traced. Fuck you. And then my personal favorite, just the highlights that I had seen on this, the things that caught my eye. The funniest thing, and I actually, since apparently I am a thief and I'm not legitimate in anything that I do, I am going to steal this line from him at some point in time. Where stand behind your work, you might as well just be hiding behind it. I thought that was actually pretty funny. And then, what was the? Oh yeah, the how dare you, oh God, how the fuck did he, I can't remember how he specifically put it, but basically what it boiled down to was,
how dare you defend yourself as I'm accusing you of shit? Obviously, if you're defending yourself, you're guilty as hell.
Oh, okay. So let's put it this way, and that's where you don't fucking win on the internet. It's basically if you defend yourself. Oh, yeah. Well, clearly you're God, see, I'm losing my fucking terminologies here. You obviously, if you're so exuberant about defending yourself, oh my God, well then obviously you must be fucking guilty. Or if you don't fucking say anything, well, see, I told you he was a fucking tracer. Mm-hmm. Go back into your hole.
Yeah.
So, there was basically what it boils down to, there was a couple years back, and I actually had this as my wallpaper on my computer for a while, a nice little meme of a special needs boy. With his little placard, with his little marathon badge that they put on the marathon runners. I don't know what the fuck you call them with the numbers. Anyways, and it just clearly states, arguing on the internet is like running in the Special Olympics. Even if you win, you're still retarded. So, I just, like I said, I blew past the red. I wasn't going to fucking sit here and read 4 paragraphs of some long-winded fucking yahoo. But I go down and I see Jason Vickers with his reply of, fuck you, I've seen him, I witnessed this shit, it's fucking legitimate.
Dude, and whatever I could tell that was your artwork, even with the thumbnail on the screen of my smartphone. I was like, that's TJ's work. I mean, I've been coloring your shit for years, and I'm like, yeah, that's TJ's work. Let me tap. Yeah, that's TJ's.
Yeah. Well, and see, the thing with this fucking Yahoo, what he was trying to compare was, okay, basically it's this Metal Gear Solid piece, and I had come up with the idea when Jesse and I were coming back from the Reno show this past November. And it was a case of, maybe I should do some art prints just to kind of, generate some interest, maybe get something else besides Enigma, getting the money going. And that was the first thing I was sitting there thinking was because, I'd just gone through playing Metal Gear Solid 5, and I just thought like father, like sons, and, had that idea. And I was like, yeah, okay, that would be all right. What this guy is saying is the photo reference that I used for Big Boss, I traced directly. Which, no, dummy. What makes it fucking look the way it does is basically the amount of black that I fucking use in the negative spacing. That's really what fucking makes it, And like I said, you can compare the two. Yeah, is it pretty fucking accurate? Sure, it is, because number one, photo reference. Number two, I'm taking my fucking sweet ass time to get it right. Anyways. But anyway, I do want to thank you for being the outside voice that stood up saying, dumbass.
Yeah, well,
And then, of course, he had his final little huff of like,
you're all a bunch of tracers and a bunch of hacks, and it's not just me that's sick of you people.
and then he fucking goes off. And then what was funny was there was a guy from that group that I had friended maybe like the day before, right? He had seen the page, liked it, and friended me on Facebook. Okay, cool, whatever. And then he actually private messaged me a little bit later, and he says, "Can you believe that guy? Oh my God, seriously, asking you."
Well, if it's all legitimate, where's his rough sketches? Where's his pencils? Where's?
Yeah,
I felt like replying to that. Yeah, he was, but
there was no need. You, like I said, with mine and with yours, one statement, it's all you fucking need, And and then I replied to him back. I says, dude, it's fucking water off a duck's back. People, here again. I'm gonna steal again, quoting Taylor Swift. Haters gonna hate. Yes, I quoted Taylor Swift.
Dear God, the troll has won, and you've quoted Taylor Swift.
Well, okay, no. I am gonna fight you. Okay, number one, no, the troll did not win. Why? Because I'm calling him the troll. I am not giving him any advertisement to his actual fucking real name, which honestly, I can't even fucking remember what the hell his name is now. It's just the troll. The bucking, snorting troll in his corral. And Taylor Swift. I'm sorry, but at work, I end up fucking here because you got the local adult. It's not even adult contemporary. It's like fucking 80s, 90s, and today's pop music. And I'm sorry, but they play like fucking 3 of her goddamn songs a day, twice a day. So, I'm kind of fucked there. Although I will say this. There is actually one of once I found out that it was her that sang it, I kind of like kicked myself in the ass. But there was this one song that I really fucking dig. It's just this beautiful fucking melodic tune, right? And I'm just like, this is really a beautiful, sad, but powerful song. I went and looked it up, and I'm like, oh, fuck, it's Taylor Swift. But, we all have to have at least one in the closet. We all have. I don't give a shit. You have one in the closet, too, mister.
So, yeah. That's one of the nice things about working at a non-corporate controlled place is we get to decide what music we listen to. Henceforth, we get to decide what music the customers eat their lunch to. Today it was like a 90s alternative. We're talking like Pearl Jam, Stone Temple Pilots.
Sure, right on.
Just that whole genre, right? That was the whole music choice for the lunch rush today at work.
Sitting there eating their pizza. When the dogs to find her. Time. Yeah.
Exactly.
Don't call me daughter.
Yeah, except when management forgets to turn off the music and we have a Bloodhound Gang lunch rush theme. Right? No shit. That's a few weeks ago or something like that. Yeah.
You know, they're
it's
right.
It's like 12:45 and it's like the lunch rush. We're busy as hell, and over the speakers I hear, and a lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. Oh no! I just hope they didn't hear like Dear Chasey Lane.
Dear Chasey Lane.
Yeah.
Now show me them titties.
Would you fuck me for blow?
I had an ex that actually would sing that at karaoke.
Oh shit!
She was great. All right, so I think I've made my point, and you know, sometimes you just got to, like I say, you got to stand up for yourself, but don't get into the fucking minutia of the trolldom. Stand up for yourself. That's the lesson I want you kids to take out of this first segment. Stand up for yourself. Don't take no bullshit, but don't get wrapped up into the war. Let your colorist come in and clean up for you. That's all right. Well, enough bitching for this first segment.
Yeah, no kidding.
Of the show. Well, you know, here's the thing. That's all I had. So I managed. See, look at that. I managed to fill the appropriate amount of time.
Yes, you filled time.
Yeah, that's right. We will be back with some Fred G. Sanford not takes. This is a Quad M show. Stay tuned. Hey, folks. Mark your calendars and get ready for some anime convention awesomeness. Thursday, July 21st through Saturday, July 23rd. It's NagaCon at the Radisson Colonial Hotel. Cosplay contests, AMV viewings, lip-sync battles, workshops and panels. There won't be a dull moment. Make sure to check out the Dealer Room, where talent from across the region will be there with something for everybody. TJ and Jason from Quad M will be there, so should you. July 21st through 23rd at the Radisson Colonial Hotel. And as a special bonus, don't forget about the post-con gathering at Memorial Park, Sunday the 24th from 12:30 to 3:30. Get details and tickets at nagaconmt.com. Don't miss out on this exciting event for all ages. It's NagaCon 2016.
Have you checked out quadmproductions.com lately? quadmproductions.com is your direct access hookup to order Enigma the comic book series and download the Quad M podcast. Check the appearances page for upcoming events and contact us with questions or comments. Don't be the only lonely soul who's missing out on all the fun. Visit us today at quadmproductions.com. That's quadmproductions.com.
Yes, the lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying.
Welcome back to this little dog and pony show that we call the Quad M Show. Dog and pony.
Dog and pony.
And this segment is always
It's a dog and pony show.
Why is it? I think it was a
dogs or
vaudeville.
ponies.
I think it was a vaudeville thing. They would have like little poodles and like little Shetland ponies jumping through hula hoops and stuff, because that's what entertained people in the 30s. They didn't have much more than that.
They didn't have the internet.
Exactly.
The weirdness had to come to them.
Now we can go onto YouTube and watch little poodles and Shetland ponies jump through hoops in the comfort of our own homes instead of some sweaty tent out in the backyard. This segment is brought to you.
Speaking of sweaty tents.
The show where a segue is no stranger to us. Oh, brought to you in part by those fine folks over at Mirror Salon and Spa. Now, I know you folks are sitting there and you're seeing them pics online and you're saying, damn, how does TJ get that awesome hair? Well, I'll tell you what, kids, it's a very small part of its genetics, but the big credit goes over to Shauna and all the fine folks over at Mirror. Now, if you are in the Helena area, make your reservations today for all your hair, nail, or spa needs. Walk-ins are always welcome. Tell them Quad M sent you and get yourself $5 off any service they provide, including new services like permanent eyeliner and eyelash extensions. Much like that Top Gun guitarist.
Fuck yeah. We gotta put that video up, dude. That is the most 1980s thing ever. Right? That like
It is pretty epic.
it like personifies the 80s right there.
It is pretty
Four
epic.
glorious minutes.
Oh, that is Mirror Salon and Spa. Give them a call today, 406-603-0644, or stop on in 2043 North Last Chance Gulch in Helena. That is Mirror Salon and Spa. I have here, let's go ahead, get ourselves going. Speaking of Top Guns, get ourselves into a little bit of the Fredgie Sanford Award for this week.
All right.
What does that have to do with it? Absolutely nothing. All right. So
That's how we segue.
because that's how we segue. It don't matter. Non sequitur segues are our specialty. So this week there was a shit ton of really good dumbasses out there this past week.
There hasn't been much going on in like the entertainment world that like whatever.
We could, yeah.
You know
honestly,
what I'm saying?
Honestly,
And-
if we could have made the entire second segment nothing but Fred G. Sanford.
But thanks to FloridaMan.com or whatever.
So I narrowed it down to 4. Okay.
4. Are we going to do all 4?
No.
Okay.
No. This is where I will go ahead and I will give you the titles
Okay.
or the headlines, and I'll let you pick the 2 that I'll go with.
Okay.
Okay. First one. Driver was praying with her eyes closed when she ran into the side of a house.
You big dummy.
Story number 2.
Jesus, take the wheel. Okay.
Story number 2. Arrow flies after bar fight that led to Wal Mart parking lot demolition derby.
You big dummy.
Okay. I like that one.
Woman accused of using chicken coop for prostitution.
You big dummy.
You know, I want to hear about the Walmart demolition derby.
Okay.
Okay. That's the one. I'll pick that one.
Okay. And I'm going to call the audible, and I'm going to go with the woman with the chicken coop. So that means, unfortunately for you, Rukaya Abdur Rakib Sadiq.
Can't pray while driving. Jesus won't take the wheel. You'll crash.
from
Okay? And
from Mary Esther, Florida. You're out. That was our Florida man, by the way. we eliminated Florida girl from this week's
she
equation.
almost eliminated herself.
All right, so coming to us from Joliet, Illinois. Arrow flies after bar fight that led to Walmart parking lot demo derby.
You big dummy.
This comes to us from the Smoking Gun. A fight in a Shorewood bar escalated to the point where one man pulled out a bow and arrow and let a shot fly, and then 2 cars repeatedly crashed. Yes, question in the back.
He had a bow and arrow at the bar?
In his car.
In his car,
Wait
okay.
for it. Wait for it. Okay. Then 2 cars repeatedly crashed into each other outside of Walmart, police said. The chaos started with an early Saturday morning brawl at a Shorewood Tavern Bedrocks, police said, where Kevin Troesch, age 23, squared off with John Bailey, also age 23, and they got thrown out. Bailey took off in a Mercedes, and Troesch left the bar in a Saturn driven by 24-year-old Jacob Ward. And the 2 vehicles bumped each other as they headed east on Jefferson Street. Nobody gives a shit what street it is. Bailey then pulled alongside the Saturn and invited Troesch to fight once again. So the 2 cars turned into the Inwood Golf Course parking lot. Bailey and his unidentified passenger exited the Mercedes, and Bailey pulled a bow and arrow out of the trunk.
Don't go ninja, nobody don't need ninja.
There's where your bow and arrow comes into play.
Okay.
Bailey let an arrow fly, and it hit one of the Saturn's doors. Ward then drove off, but allegedly hit the Mercedes on the way out of the parking lot. Bailey caught up with the Saturn and tried to block it, and the two vehicles slammed into each other. The two cars then ended up in a Wal Mart parking lot where they repeatedly struck each other some more times. Comments?
There's got to be like security camera footage of this or something.
Oh, we need to find some of that. At some point, Troche switched places with Ward and took the wheel of the Saturn, and he proceeded to circle the Mercedes and repeatedly ram it. Both vehicles reportedly suffered significant damage. Duh. Bailey, Troche, and Ward.
So they switched cars?
No, they kind of did that whole like lovingly rubbing up against each other and, getting all like sexified, switching positions where he ended up driving. It was kind of like, drive with your knees type deal, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my.
They didn't switch cars. You want me to reread it?
Yeah.
Okay. At some point, Troche switched places with Ward. Okay? So Troche was riding shotgun.
No, they can't be riding shotgun and be hitting each other in separate cars.
No. Bailey is the guy in the Mercedes.
Yeah, it's a Mercedes and a Saturn having a demolition derby.
Right. And Troche and Ward were in the Saturn.
Well, there's two. Okay.
Both vehicles had two guys each. Bailey and an unidentified gentleman.
Gotcha.
And then Troche and this other Ward cat.
All right.
Okay. So, where was I? So, Bailey, Troche, and Ward were all arrested and released on their own recognizance. Bailey's passenger was not taken into custody. Officers reportedly located 2 compound bows in the trunk of the Mercedes and confiscated them.
You big dummy, see what you did?
Oh, shit. Confiscated them.
Punk kids, back in my day, we drank our beer and used fisticuffs. Didn't trash our cars. Good Lord. All right, and so the second one out of the group here. A woman accused of using a chicken coop for prostitution.
You big dummy.
See, this is gross. I don't want to hear about it. I'm going to put my fingers in the air and go, la, 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 la.
A Wisconsin woman is accused of neglecting her children, who authorities say were left behind while she slipped outside to prostitute herself inside a modified chicken coop. Sarah M. Braidhoff, age 27, of Star Prairie, was charged with 2 felonies, child neglect causing bodily harm, and second-degree recklessly endangering safety, and 3 misdemeanor counts of prostitution. Her 6 children were removed from the home after Polk County Sheriff's investigators executed a search warrant there. According to Sheriff's Office reports, lab test results indicated one of the children was exposed to amphetamines, cocaine, and methamphetamines.
Fucking bullshit!
None of the 6 children were older than 10 years old. Basically, her fucking vagina is a clown car, is what it boils down to there. Good Lord. 6 kids in 10 years.
Crack.
Good God almighty.
Bitch on the crack. That's what's all. See?
It's not fucking crack. It's manhole. Oh, you're talking about her doing the drugs.
Yeah.
Okay.
The methamphetamine and stuff.
According to Sheriff's Office reports, Polk County investigators were tipped off by a St. Croix County detective who passed along information from a Stillwater, Minnesota police investigation into a Backpage.com prostitution advertisement. She told officers she needed to make money to go back. Are you ready?
To rehab.
To Florida! And admitted to performing sex acts for cash via the Backpage site. All the acts occurred in the chicken coop, she told investigators.
Joe, man, that's the nastiest thing.
Gross. Jesus, what the hell, man?
Well,
Florida's just got to be some, like, peninsula shape made out of fucking crocodiles and stupid people.
living here in Montana, we thrive on North Dakotan jokes.
Indeed.
Not so much anymore. North Dakota ain't got nothing on these fools.
What is the wind blowing Montana? North Dakota sucks. Hear about the war between North Dakota and Montana? North Dakota threw a grenade. Montana pulled the pin and threw it back.
I was going to say, I thought we won by walking through the state backwards. They thought we were retreating. You know what you call a North Dakotan wearing a bunch of bed sheets riding a pig? Lawrence of Bismarck.
Oh, dude. And North Dakota deserves it, too. Have you ever been to North Dakota?
I have.
You have.
I have. As a matter of fact, the former lady of Quad M, her sister and brother-in-law live in Beulah, North Dakota.
Isn't North Dakota just grand? Fuck that place, man.
Oh, it gets pretty once you get around Moorhead.
Yeah, everything's better with a little Moorhead.
See the reason for that joke is it's right there on the Moorhead is right there on the North Dakota Minnesota border.
Over there in Minnesota, eh?
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some hot takes.
And the sign gotta say hot. You gotta say hot. You gotta say hot.
Oh, okay. So, good sir, you got a story or two over there.
On was it Monday? Researchers announced the discovery of a new dwarf planet beyond Neptune's orbit. It was spotted using the Canada-France-Hawaii telescope as part of the Outer Solar System Origins Survey. Want to know the name? It's got a really, really awesome name. You know, they name all these like after gods and goddesses and stuff.
What's the name of the dwarf planet?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Sneezy.
No, RR245.
Come on, I had 6 more guesses.
It's a tiny little dude, about 435 miles wide, and takes about 700 years to orbit the sun.
And is it not our sun, is it?
Yeah.
Is it real? Okay.
Yeah. New dwarf planet beyond Neptune. Neptune's in our solar system.
Right. Well, okay. So
We've only got one sun.
Okay, I'm sorry. I tuned out of that part. I'm sorry.
The new planet with the stunning name of RR245 is part of the Kuiper Belt and is among as many as 200 other little dwarf planets out there and stuff.
So we don't count them amongst the 9 planets.
No.
Okay.
No, 8 planets.
I'm not going to get into this debate again. Yes, you've explained it to me scientifically why Pluto is not a planet.
Because it's just like this thing, dude.
Yes.
It's just like this thing. It's just a little tiny ball of rock and ice out there there's hundreds of them. We just happen to see Pluto.
And we named it.
This one's got a name. RR245. That is a name.
Still saying Pluto's a planet. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue.
No, Pluto's not a planet.
Will you stop?
Nope. I won't. I will not stop. So, basically, when they find these dwarf planets like Pluto,
you bastard.
and RR245, they're hoping they can teach us how our solar system formed, on how we went from having so many more planets and like Jupiter and stuff was closer to the sun and so on and so forth, and how we ended up having the 4 rocky planets and then the gas planets out there.
Sure. Right on. I know I was seeing a lot like with on the Science Channel. You know, I kind of have become like a Science Channel junkie here in the past like 6 months.
Sure.
And one of the other things that they're looking at is studying like asteroids. Mm-hmm. And seeing whether what kind of possible microbiotic type things might be on these asteroids that may have crashed into Earth to help promote and propagate life as we know it, based on the ideal environment that is allowed
Yeah.
or present
Yeah.
on the earth.
Sure.
yeah, sure. Yeah, that too.
No, they put a little. They landed a probe on a fucking asteroid comet, and it was pretty cool. They fucking. It was like. I mean, imagine that, dude. Okay, I'm all happy because I can like hit a target at 100 yards, right? Okay, these assholes shot a fucking wash machine with fucking satellite dishes.
Just a washing machine with air flaps. With Mickey Mouse
Had
ears.
a fucking comet, put it in orbit around a comet, and then fucking landed a probe off that other thing onto that other rock. So, fuck off, NASA, and your like math and stuff.
You and
Crafty little fuckers.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to start keeping the running list of Bert's fuck offs. Thus far, we've got NASA, Spider-Man, math, shitty movie continuity, and Hope Solo.
Hope Solo. Not Hope Solo.
Oh, I'm sorry, Hope Solo's parents. That's right.
Yeah. So I'm sure that girl's gotten some grief over that.
Oh no, she looks like she's a fucking tough cookie. Did she get that?
Well, of course, you'd be a tough cookie too if you have to grow up with the name Hope Solo.
You related to hand? Fuck you! Boom.
Here's my force, bitch. Force my fist in your face.
And to you as well. Well, I'm going to go ahead here and talk about probably, let's just say arguably the biggest nerd news of the week.
Yeah.
So they've released this new mobile game featuring something about critters, a little thing called Pokemon Go.
Little Pokemon Go, yeah.
So, you got millions of people that are just, this thing like just shot through the fucking roof day one.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sure a lot of it had to do with the nostalgia, because all those kids that, the 90s kids, they're like the 28-year-olds now that are like, oh my God, Pokemon. And it's basically like a smartphone game that you walk around and you're taking pictures of just empty space, but in the actual smartphone is where some Pokemon are hidden, and you go, gotta catch them all, right?
Yeah. What's up with GPS and stuff?
So, on the downside, here again, you just have more excuse for more millennials just fucking walk around with their goddamn noses in their fucking phones.
Hey, at least they're outside walking around.
On the plus side, you got these gamers that actually have to go outside and experience a thing we call the sun. How about that?
Indeed.
Goodness gracious me. Fuck. So, instead of, kind of going through the general rigmarole and wondering why, you got these, fucking grown adults walking around, oh, I got a fucking Jigglypuff, look. Yeah. I found some interesting little side notes and tidbits. Basically, fun with Pokemon Go.
All right.
So, first up, apparently, a man has suffered the full pains of the Pokemon Go, because apparently they have like I don't know if they're using Google Maps or what the hell they're using, but they're using some sort of online map system that determines areas that can be like trainers' gyms, right?
Yeah, it works to the GPS.
Yeah. So you've got like say parks.
You know what we should do? We should download the app and try it.
Or not.
Yeah, we're not. I don't want to.
I have no. Yeah. There was that wise ass that said if we had Mario Kart Go, it'd be absolute mayhem.
That was me.
So you have like your parks. I think maybe some parking lots, public swimming pools, whatever. Giant areas of thing. So apparently this gentleman out of. I don't have a town, but anyways, so this guy going by the name of Boone Sheridan woke up to find that the hugely popular augmented reality game had decided that his house was one of the game's important gyms.
No!
No!
One day he just fucking wakes up and all of a sudden here you got fucking 30 different fucking nerds. Oh, I need to take pictures of the house. Because apparently his house used to be a church.
Okay.
And this was 40 some years ago. So whatever maps that this thing is using is clearly outdated and needs to, pick up the pace a little bit here. So you got this poor bastard who's just minding his own business. Next thing you know, everyone's knocking on his door. Can I come in and use your bathroom and kitchen and living room and stuff? Got to see if you got a mew.
Yeah.
Mew.
There's
Or whatever they're called.
a friend of mine out in East Helena, her yard is a spot to catch some certain Pokemon or whatever.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
no.
yeah, she woke up one morning, there's like people wandering around her yard looking at their fucking phones. Oh, Jesus.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, so, yep.
Well, that's like, apparently like geocaching was a thing a while back.
It still is. There's
Apparently the backyard out here in the burrow pit, the little gully inlet.
Yeah.
Apparently that was a fucking geocaching spot for about a month. Have all them people come up. I gotta find my egg.
okay.
Whatever
Yep.
works for you. And so another this poor little gal. What's her name? Shayla Wiggins. Shayla Wiggins of Riverton, Wyoming.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear about this
Yeah.
gal? Said she climbed over a fence to go down into the river. In her own words, I was walking towards the bridge along the shore when I saw something in the water. Ms. Wiggins said, I had to take a second look and I realized it was a dead body. She said the body appeared to be that of a man dressed in black and was floating 3 feet from the shore. After calling the emergency services, detectives told her that the body had been there for less than 24 hours. And there was another one. Goddamn, I thought I had printed it up, but there was a third one. Some chick out in New York. Apparently, some type of freelance writer, whatever, type of thing right there.
Sure.
But has apparently, because she was been a huge fan of Pokemon, she's even got Pokemon tattooed on her arm. You see her picture on Craigslist, and she's just this skinniest little thing. Basically, she doesn't have boobs. She's got like nipples, and that's really about it. Tiny, skinny, waifish little thing, charging $24 an hour to be your Pokemon Go trainer.
Okay.
$24 an hour, and I'm wondering who the hell is taking her up on this number.
I don't know.
Somebody's gonna.
Did you also read the story about the Auschwitz Museum?
No.
Yeah, apparently there's a Pokemon whatever in there, and they had a bunch of people at in the Auschwitz Museum, and there was some in federal buildings and stuff. So I don't know if it's someone told me something about that they had to like tell people or issue a decree that people can't go in federal buildings just for their Pokemon hunting thing. And yeah.
Well, another prime example. I got a friend of mine who works, who still works the place that I used to work at, and top floor, where our contact center was and all that in the area that I worked at. You come outside, and first thing you know, you got the stairs that go down, and to the immediate left, you got the women's bathroom. Apparently, sitting right outside of that women's bathroom is some type of fucking Pokemon.
Okay.
I'm at a loss. But you know what? I'm sure if I was a 20-something that grew up with it, I'm sure I'd probably be doing the same shit too. So would you?
I don't know.
I
hunt things differently.
Well, here again, but see, then again, we're talking. You subtract 15 years.
Can't eat a Pikachu.
If it was real, you could.
If it was real, I'd damn well try. Gotta kill that fucker first. He's got that.
Pika, pika.
The fuck were we doing? Oh yeah,
You were gonna show me a video.
The
So
video.
while you're loading up, go ahead and give the preamble on this.
the preamble is get the fuck out of my car. We don't need to amble much more than that.
You are at the hospital. Administration is right here.
I'm going
Get
to
in
the
there.
emergency room, sir.
Get in there.
Where-
Get out
Get
of my
in
car now.
Where is my
Get out of
destination?
my car now.
Sir, I'm asking
Get
you.
out of my car now. I have the right to tell you when to get out of my car. It's right now.
I don't know where I am. I'm asking you where is my destination. If you would kindly point at where I am
pulled
supposed
into
to
your
go.
destination. It said here I was at your destination. It's over. Get out of my car now.
It said 1760.
Get out of my car now.
Sir, it said.
Get out of my car now.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because you won't fucking get out of my car.
But you're not to yell at me. You are not to yell at me.
Come on.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Get out of my car.
Where is my
Get
destination?
out of my car.
Sir, can you just tell
Get
me?
out of my goddamn car now.
Sir, can you please tell me where my destination is?
I don't give a
Just about enough of your sass.
Can you please tell me where my destination is?
now. The ride is over. You have been extremely rude, extremely condescending this
How
whole
have
trip.
I been extremely rude?
You kept me waiting way too long. You showed up and told me you were in a hurry when you showed no actual effort to be in a hurry. Get out of my car now.
I am just
Get out
asking
of
you.
my car now.
I don't know where I am.
Get out of my car now. God damn you to hell.
Sir,
Get out of my car.
I am
Get
asking
out
you.
of my car. It is my fucking goddamn property. Get out now. Now.
You are facing
Get
very.
out right fucking now!
You are facing.
Get
a
out
very-
of my car! I'm facing a fucking moron! Get out! No!
You're facing. A,
No!
you have no right to scream at me.
I will fucking talk to you any goddamn way I want.
Really?
In my
Yes,
fucking car,
I
bitch.
fucking will. And I have the right.
You have the right to scream at me.
Get out of my car!
You have the right to scream at me.
I have asked you to leave my car multiple times.
And
Get out
I
of my
am
car.
asking you in a
Get out
very
of my
educated
car!
manner, where am I?
You're at a hospital where
Where-
you need to be. Get out of my
God,
car.
you know, I would love to see the lead up to this, though.
Can you get her out of my car, please?
Where is the emergency room?
That's on the other side. I'll walk you
On the other side?
I'll walk you over.
Get out of my car!
Oh, that is brilliant. Like I said, I would love to have seen the lead up to this, like the whole making him wait. And you know, just whatever condescend, you know, all the shit that led up to him just totally fucking losing his shit.
And she's the one that posted the video.
Well, yeah, of course. You know, dude, all she
She
was
thought
was
she
fucking. She was ribbing him.
Yeah, she was trying to get him to like physically hurt her or something like that, so
Like,
she could
yeah.
sue.
Yeah, like come out of the fucking vehicle and physically pull her out and throw her the fuck out. And quite, she could try to fucking sue, but she would have no grounds to stand on. That's fucking hilarious, though. Watching it, fucking, I'm looking at a moron. That's
I'm facing a moron.
I'm facing a moron.
Oh, dude, I don't know what she was trying to say right there. But she's like, you're facing a federally mandated blah, and then he just starts screaming.
God damn you, straight to hell.
I am asking you in a very educated and calm manner, where is my
Get the
destination?
fuck out of my car. See, we can just do this for 20 fucking minutes.
Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck. Oh,
You know, Yeah, I'm curious as to what the what led up to that too. I wonder if she's gonna post the prequel.
The prequel. Where do you need me to take you, lady? In my car. Thank you for using Uber in my car.
Get out!
Jesus Christ. Oh, boy. So, wrapping up this this second segment here. So, this weekend, I'm gonna lose a lot of ammunition as far as my bitching goes, because this weekend the new Ghostbusters movie comes out. You know, and as much shit as we have talked about it, and as much as, like, fucking everybody's just hated on it, and how much everybody's fucking said and just fucking trashed the shit, do you want to take a stab? Well, I think you already saw it, but do you want to take a stab as of this writing, as of this Wednesday evening while we're recording, do you want to take a stab at what fucking Rotten Tomatoes has this thing fucking critiqued at?
No, I don't really care.
75 fucking percent.
75% of what?
Well, you know, okay, you know how, like, you know, we keep saying, yeah, fucking fantastic on Rotten Tomatoes. Fantastic Four is only a 9. You know, oh, it's still a better movie. They got fucking Ghostbusters at a 75%. And the fan the fan people are like 86%. I can't wait to go see this fucking film. And yet, all these reviews that are in there. Of course, you got your, like, it's fun. It's funny if you go to RottenTomatoes.com and you go into the 2016 Ghostbusters film, you see anybody who's giving a positive review kind of has that same look, where it's like the skinny, bird-nosed British national healthcare glasses from the 60s. We're like, hi, I'm Mr. Hipster, and I love me, the Ghostbusters. Oh, it is such a raucous, rompous good time. Oh, fun times had by all. You're going to love this movie. However, when you actually look at people that, like, you know, like us, that life has just wore them down, and, you know, cynical doesn't even begin to describe. You know, you just kind of have this just like, you know,
Just stab me in the face.
Something like that. These are the reviews from the real working men and women, the blue collar folk.
All right,
not you highfalutin Paul Feig lovers. First review item up for bid. If you're a real Ghostbusters fan, your time would be better spent watching the original because the reboot doesn't deserve its name. Or this little gem. The nearly 2-hour film is akin to many of those sketches that come on after the weekend update on SNL. You know the ones. Too long, time filler skits that seem to have been scrawled on the back of a pizza box in the writer's room 5 minutes before airtime. Or this little number. When Kristen Wiig quotes Tony Montana before taking down a ghost with her blaster, "Say hello to my little friend," her line reading is anemic, as if she were embarrassed, and you cringe right along with her. Ouch. Not as clever as the 1984 Ghostbusters. Funnier than the 1983 sequel. Oh, so then they at least, you know, not as good as the original, but at least, you know, because, you know, unless Melissa McCarthy, like, slips and falls on a thing of ice, that's the only laugh I'll probably get out of that. Because fat people slipping on ice, slipping and falling is always funny.
Anybody. Actually, not just fat people, but anybody slipping and falling.
But fat people, it's that takes it to that next level. So I think next week, kids, I think what we're going to do here is I'm going to pull some strings. I'm going to call in some favors. And next week, I'm going to see if we can't get us one of the stars of Ghostbusters on the show for a quick little interview with us.
Oh, nice.
Wouldn't that be fun? Look forward to that, kids. All right, so let's go ahead here, and we'll go ahead, wrap up this here second segment, and we will come back. A little bit of
Reddit fun with Jason.
That too, as well as picks of the week. This is Quad M Show. Stay tuned.
In a city where corruption rules the streets, only one man can stop the serial killer known as the Blood Bandit. James Kurt, a former police officer turned private investigator, must race against the clock to stop the madman before he achieves his ultimate diabolical goal. When JK's brother Alex is thought killed in the line of duty and mysteriously returns with no memory of his past life, the stakes are raised even higher. Enigma, the comic book series from Quad M Productions, written and illustrated by TJ Damon, with colors and effects by Jason Vickers. Enigma. Order your copy at quadmproductions.com today.
Welcome back to the third and final segment of the Quad M Show. We are your hosts. I am TJ.
And Jason.
And this segment is brought to you in part by Deeply Dapper. Hey, are you looking for that one-of-a-kind gift for the geek who has it all? Maybe a little something out of the ordinary for yourself? Well, look no further than Deeply Dapper. Ranging from The Walking Dead to Doctor Who to Labyrinth to Star Wars and well beyond, Deeply Dapper has it all. From original art prints to cloth dolls, handcrafted light switch plates and key hangers, to handmade soaps, all based on your favorite Nerd World properties. Visit the online store today at deeplydapper.squarespace.com. That's deeplydapper.squarespace.com. Deeply Dapper, better living through tentacles. All right, you know, something I'm thinking about here. He's going to be here next week. So I'm almost thinking, if he's here Wednesday, we might be able to have him sit in on the show.
Huh.
That would be nice.
Huh. Right on.
Little live guest action with old Chris. That'd be cool. I'm fine with that. You know what else I'm fine with? Reddit fun with Jason. All right, so let's go ahead and what does the hive mind have for us this week?
What is the best thing for a surgeon to say to a patient before putting him to sleep?
Oops.
This one, I'll have to mention this because it's cool. It's got 1,234 comments. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which is funny because oftentimes they'll count down 5, 4, 3 when they put you under.
Right.
Yeah, they'll start counting backwards from 10.
All right.
This was
best things that surgeons say before you go under.
Yep. This was posted 1 day ago by illiterate rapper.
I rhyme words. Gooder. English.
All right. Perfection 101 says, had surgery once. This is what the anesthetist said before putting me under. Count down from 100 in threes and think about something comforting. Just make sure it's not naked women because that gown you're wearing won't leave much to the imagination.
Pitch in an operation tent.
Oh, look out! Look out! Oh, shit. All right. Next. Yankee and Dixie says, I was having some minor surgery on my stomach and had been making small talk with the anesthesiologist as they were giving me the lighter sedative Valium, he says. She started injecting the drug to knock me out completely into the IV line, and I saw it puff up and start to look like paste. I said, weird, that looks just like glue. She said, Elmer's, and then I fell asleep.
You know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Women in the medical field are completely morbid sociopaths.
They have to be. I like this next comment from Faco Foosday. Propofol. They call it the milk of amnesia.
Milk of amnesia.
It's good shit. Jesus Chan says, I'm legally obligated to tell you that I'm not a real doctor. Wisteria Hayes says, when I had my appendix removed, the last thing I remember was the anesthetist laughing. I was already high on morphine and had been given a pre-anesthetic to relax me. In my dazed state, I tried to whisper to the anesthetist. I actually shouted quite loudly in a room full of people that I don't have any pants on. Oh, shit. Like those YouTube videos of the kids coming out of their the dentist's office.
Coming out of the dentist's office, that one kid freaking out in the back of the car.
It's fucking great.
Daniel.
Next is Thanos Stomps says, my cousin had gotten his nuts tangled and had to have surgery.
Break some veins!
Oh, man. Got his nuts tangled.
Franks and Banes.
Just before the surgery, and as they put him under, the surgeon said, 8-ball, corner pocket. Oh, shit. Board Circuits says, a surgeon actually said this one to my brother. Okay, is everybody ready for the sex change operation? Oh, no. See? Yeah, that's got a morbid sense of humor for doctors and stuff. That's neat. Beyond Awesome says, first time surgery? What a coincidence. Oh, shit. Yossi25 says, I got into a motorcycle accident. I got rushed to the ER and was being pushed into the emergency room. Right as I was going under, I heard the surgeon say, how the fuck am I supposed to save him? Here we go. Fellatio by Ted Cruz says,
Fellatio by Ted Cruz. I love you, Reddit.
Do not go gentle into that good night. Supa Koopa 714 says, I wonder if they'll ever find your body. Oh, fucking shit. God damn it.
Sound it out.
Fuck you. You're just going to go by Luza. Okay. The anesthesiast decided it would be a good idea to ask me an open-ended question about my college major. I remember fighting so hard to stay awake after the shot took effect and rambling about random shit. Yes, I'm doing history. Wow, I don't feel anything. Yes, I do. Wow, I want to lie down. Can I lie down? I'm doing history. I'm sleepy. Wow.
Milk of amnesia.
Milk of amnesia. Come on. There we go. This is from Shrek-like Qualities says, I'll see you in a few minutes. Enjoy your nap. The fact your doctor is ensuring you'll speak to him again is pretty comforting. Oh, what else we got? Oh, this one's got lots of words. Bilba Papa says, getting my wisdom teeth out, a lady was putting me to sleep. Not sure if she was a nurse or anesthesiast, but she said, now you may have a burning or itching sensation in your crotch. Please don't try to rub it. I was pretty loopy and answered, that's okay. You're pretty cute. Maybe you can just do it for me. And the last thing I remember hearing as I passed out was, that's pretty funny. Now you may never wake... Now you may not...
Never wake up again.
Now you may not wake up from this. Oh. WV Doc says, had a surgeon that was prepping to remove a vibrator out of a patient's colon. Just as he was about to be anesthetized, looked at the patient and said, now, just to be sure, you want me to take it out, not just change the batteries. Oh, nice.
You know, and here's the problem with this, is that as you read each and every one of these, all I'm thinking about is that creepy Charles Manson dude that you showed me on last week's show. Are you a Viking? Just change the batteries and be done with it.
Oh, Lurgers says, don't worry, we'll get that insert wrong organ here taken care of. Micah Doozer says, when I was 5, 1990, I was getting spinal surgery, and I remember the doctor telling me he was going to give me turtle gas. He put the mask on me, and the smelly stuff came out. He said, you know why we call it that? Well, where do the turtles live? The sewer. So I dozed off thinking I was going to meet the turtles, and I was fucking delighted with myself.
Turtle gas.
Zenmates says, the last time I tried to say something funny right before surgery, they were about to put me out, and I said, go easy on me, doc. It's my first time. And they gave a little chuckle, and so did the doctor. Then he picked up a scalpel and said, don't worry, it's my first time too. Oh, go get your own planet, says. What the hell is that? Eat responsibly, says. I met it as You picked this one to make me keep saying this fucking word, didn't you?
Just anesthesiologist. I don't know why they keep saying anesthesiast. I've always heard it as anesthesiologist.
There's a bunch of different terms they're using. I'm just trying to read what they write.
Yeah.
Says,
I'm keeping it real, yo.
I met an anesthetist coming out of a metal concert once, and he said his favorite thing to do is ask people to tell him a joke. Old ladies apparently tell the dirtiest jokes.
And no example of old lady jokes?
Let's see. Nope.
Bastards.
Why did little Timmy drop his ice cream cone? Because he got hit by a bus.
Okay, thank you.
This is from A Doubting Thomas. Says, as they were wheeling me in for appendectomy, nurse was doing the standard consent punch list stuff, name, DOB, etc., and asked whether I understood what they were about to do, which I said, an appendectomy. Well, let me qualify that. A successful appendectomy. Whole OR staff cracks up laughing. Doctor says, that's the only kind my insurance covers. And the next I remember is waking up in post-op. J.P. Dragon says, longing, rusted, 17, dawn, stove, 9, kind-hearted, homecoming, 1, freight car.
Civil War reference. Captain America Civil War. Those were the activation words to turn Bucky Barnes into the Winter Soldier.
Oh.
See, he's being cute. He's being a funny guy. Not really.
Suck it, peasant says, and now my time for my share of the IV.
Suck it, peasant.
This is from Internet Prop. Says, I was so nervous that they told me afterwards that the EKG showed I had fainted before the anesthesia hit. Oh, Crusoe says, my hands are shaking. I picked a terrible time to stop drinking.
I picked the wrong time to quit sniffing glue.
They say the first gender reassignment surgery is the most difficult.
Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you.
Shut up, Pet XXX says, as you start to fade, you hear his belt being unbuckled. He leans in and whispers, there's always room for Jell-O. Poor Bill Cosby. This one's from Edgar. Nurse, hold my beer.
I'm going to watch this.
Fantastic Goatsy says, shh, BB is okay.
What?
I don't know. Shh, BB is okay.
Okay.
All right. This is from Toys Joe. Says, all right, so are we putting this guy to sleep or are we putting this guy to sleep?
Let's get it on.
WPH says, "You're here for the vasectomy, aren't you?" Frieden says, "Shh, I doctor now."
Doctor. Okay.
Fingus McCornhole. Okay. Fingus McCornhole says, "If your anus feels sore when you wake up, that's just a side effect of the anesthetic." All right. How much longer do you want to go on?
There's always room for Jell-O. I don't know how much time we got to kill here. Yeah, we can do a couple more.
PM Me Rude Haiku says, "No, wait, that's the wrong syringe." This is from 1998. Seconds before the patient sleeps. "Okay, listen up, students. One of you is going to do surgery on this man right here. Nothing scarier than a med student with little to no experience doing surgery on you." Connor DB says, "Nurse, bring up the WikiHow article."
Okay, there. Now we got a good one.
This one's a copy pasta. Phil McCracken says, "What the fuck did you just fucking say about me, you little pre-op? I'll have you know I graduated top of my class at Johns Hopkins, and I've involved in several numerous successful procedures, and I've done over 300 confirmed boob jobs. I am trained in laparoscopic warfare. I am the top surgeon in the entire northern hemisphere. You are nothing to me but just another patient. I will sew you the fuck up with precision, the likes of which has never been seen before on this earth. Mark my fucking words. You think he can get away with saying that shit about me to a nurse? Think again, fucker. As we speak, I am contacting my secret network of fellows across the USA, and your personal history is being traced right now, so you better prepare for the storm, maggot. The storm that wipes out the pathetic little thing you call your disease. You're fucking healing, kid, and I can be anywhere, anytime, and I can operate on you in over 700 different ways, and that's just with my bare hands. Not only am I extensively trained with Da Vinci, I have access to the entire arsenal of Philips Medical Imaging, and I will use it to its full extent to scan your miserable body off the face of the continent, you little shit."
What movie was that from?
If only you could have known what unholy retribution your clever little comment was about to bring down upon you. Maybe you would have held your fucking tongue, but you couldn't, you didn't, and now you're paying the price, you goddamn idiot. I will shit antiseptic all over you, and you will drown in it. You're a fucking donor match, kiddo.
You're a donor match.
That is a classic copy pasta.
I was gonna say, what movie is that off?
It's not a movie. It's a Reddit thing.
Oh, okay.
Right. One of these shows I'll find the original, but it's good. It's funny.
All right.
Wait,
find a good one. Find a good one.
One more. Texas Poet says, "Is he asleep yet? I'm pretty sure. Cool. Do you want to go first?"
You notice the best ones are all about rape.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's go ahead here, and as we get this little song and dance done with, let's go ahead. Jason, do you have yourself a pick of the week this week?
Sure. There's a YouTube series people should check out. It is. I don't normally watch like people playing video games, but this one, it's like the only one I've actually watched all the episodes of because it was actually interesting. But it is the pacifist GTA player. He goes into the Grand Theft Auto, the online Grand Theft Auto, playing as a pacifist, trying not to like rob stores, kill people, steal cars, etc.
Right,
you know?
right.
When he drives, he obeys the speed limit,
the traffic laws,
so on and so forth, right? And it's an interesting to watch how he actually progresses through the game quite well, as far as like he doesn't do like any of the missions like rob the thing and do this. He ignores all those phone calls, etc.
Right,
and just goes about trying to I guess, play as like a normal person.
Just
would.
be an average Joe.
Yeah,
making his
right?
way through Liberty City.
But yeah, he ends up like getting wealthy enough to own like a couple houses and boat, airplane, and so on and so forth.
I've worked my way up.
But it's pretty interesting to watch. And there's, I think, 7 or 8 videos. They're about 10 to 11 minutes long, each one. And, yeah, starts at the beginning, and he's still going.
Jeez.
It's really, really interesting.
All right. Well, my pick of the week, and I don't, God, for the life of me, I can't remember if it comes out next Tuesday or the Tuesday following, or Tuesday after NagaCon. I cannot remember. But my pick of the week, and I'll expand on this a little bit, is the forthcoming Blu-ray release of Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. Now, as much shit as I've given the movie as far as, kind of a piss poor review and, plot holes and all that type of stuff and the shitty directing done by Zack Snyder, while he's not my favorite, goddamn, Ben Affleck more than made up for his shitty turn as Daredevil in this movie. He did such a good job as Batman. Once this comes out on Blu-ray, you definitely need to be checking this out because I know you haven't seen the film yet. And
I haven't.
You have this look on your face, like, and I'm not gonna either.
No, I'll watch it. But
get and with this, you're gonna get the full rated R experience. I guess now we're
like
gonna have
the director's cut.
Like Superman's gonna start cussing or something. I have no freaking idea what they're gonna do there. But I mean, the fact of the matter is that I think it was a better movie than Man of Steel, and I'm one of like maybe a handful of people that actually liked Man of Steel. But Batman vs. Superman all the way around, I thought was actually pretty decent, not too bad. Blu-ray is coming out. If you didn't check it out in theaters, give it a shot. It's halfway decent, specifically for Ben Affleck as Batman. Fucking awesome.
Okay.
All right. Well, good sir. Do we have anything left to pimp, promote, propagate, or pander for the evening?
Not that I can remember.
Fantastic. Well, that will wrap it up for this week's episode of the Quad M Show. Hey, gang, make sure like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and if you're on the iTunes, if you're subscribing on the iTunes, subscribe to us, but also give us a nice review and a ranking. Those are always very important. Until next week, damn, we're gonna have a convention episode. Something like that.
Recorded live at the convention.
Well, I wanted to do that, but someone talked me out of it. So, until next week, this is TJ.
And Jason.
All right, we'll see you later. Take care.
You've been listening to The Quad M Show. Copyright 2016, Quad M Productions. If you have any comments, questions, queries, quibbles, concerns, or just have something funny to say to us, feel free. Email us at quadmcomics@gmail.com or send us a tweet at quadmcomics.
Welcome back to the third and final segment of the Quad M Show.
Wait, forgot something.
Oh. Thank you. Welcome back to the third and final. God damn it.
It's the third and final segment.
You
now
son
for a
of a
word
bitch.
from one
Will
of
you
our
shut up?
sponsors, Deeply Dapper.